Compare the x-intercepts of function A and function B. On function A, I have f of x equals the absolute value of x minus 5, and on function B, they give me an xy chart. How am I going to compare the x-intercepts between these two functions? Chloe is here with her latest tips and tricks. She wants you to know that domain is about the x values and the range is about the y values. If you have a function in the formula f of x equals a over x minus h plus k, your vertical asymptote is equal to x equals h. X-intercepts are when you set your y equal to 0, and your y-intercept is when you set your x equal to 0. Now that we have Chloe's tips and tricks, we can go ahead and compare the x-intercepts of both of these functions. Now, she let us know that when you're looking for the x-intercept, you take your f of x and set it equal to 0. And when you're looking for your y-intercepts, you evaluate f of 0. So what's happening is when you're looking for x-intercepts, you set y equal to 0. When you're looking for y-intercepts, you set x equal to 0. So if I'm looking for x-intercepts, I'm going to set my y equal to 0. So on the first one here, I have function A, f of x equals the absolute value of x minus 5. And I'm just going to set my y equal to 0 because I'm looking for x-intercepts. So I have 0 equals the absolute value of x minus 5. I add 5 to both sides. The 5s will end up canceling on the right. That would leave me with the absolute value of x equals 5. Now, when you're doing an absolute value, you're going to have two answers. Drop the absolute value sign, and you'll get x equals 5. Then drop the absolute value sign again, but then put a negative in front of your answer on the right. So we'll have x equals 5 and x equals negative 5. And then we can write those x-intercepts as coordinates, 5, 0 and negative 5, 0. Now let's look at function B. Now function B, they gave us a chart. So when we want to know the x-intercepts, our y has to be equal to 0. Well, g of x is our y. So you can see that I have y equals 0 here and y equals 0 here. The x values that go along with those are over here on the left column. So I can see here on function B, when y is 0, x equals negative 3 and x equals 4. So how do I write those as x-intercepts? I can write those as negative 3, 0 and 4, 0. So if I was going to compare these two, one way I could do that is to say both function A and function B have one positive and one negative x-intercept.